everybody, welcome to Elisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working some more on our Ocean Life Journal. Let me get you guys pulled up. I also said I was going to send a message and I totally spaced it. So let me see if I can do that real fast. I need to start doing like a @everyone or something when I do these because people aren't getting notified. So I'm just going to send Dorothy a message because she was complaining she wasn't getting notified. All right, so got that done. All right, let's find you guys so I can see the chat. All right. Hey, Dawn. Okay, so we're going to be working on our Ocean Life Journal. I have a fun project lined up for tonight. I hope y'all can watch. Is a pop-up thing, so that's going to be interesting. I've never done one. Never. Like I've been practicing the last day or two trying to figure out how to do it because I've just never really attempted. Not this type of a pop-up anyway, so. But I wanted to do one, so I had this idea in my head what I wanted to do, so we're going to see if we can't put it on paper. That's the idea. So, I see my phone has froze already. Really? Really? What is with that? I even put it on, like, I turned off the cellular, because usually if I just stay on Wi-Fi, it's better. But that didn't seem to help. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera up top so that we can get started because this is going to be a long one. So if you can't stay around, just catch the replay when you can. I hope I can get it done in the 2 hours because I'm sure hubby's not going to want me on past 11. So we're going to attempt. Hopefully faster than that. All right, bear with me while I move the camera. The right way? Nope, that's backwards. There we go. Oh, it's really crooked today. Okay. About there. I think my tripod's low. Oh well, we'll make it work. All right, I think that is good. Volume should be okay, hopefully. All right, let's see. How much room do I have? The tape on the bottom's all right, and sides are fine. Top, I'm good. All right, so I want to do a pop-up thing, and they're so much fun, and I had this idea in my brain for my middle page. I ran into a couple little problems, but I think I can just work past it. So one problem is I do not have another sheet of this paper, as ideally I want it on this paper. So normally you would put it between two pieces of paper and the pop-up pieces, the tabs would be in between there. So we're not going to do that. They're just going to show on this, but I can't technically attach it yet because I haven't sewn in the signatures yet. And if I put the pop-up on there, I won't be able to sew. But we're going to kind of temporarily attach it just to get through the live to put it together. And then we will attach it after I sew in the signatures permanently. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So we're going to make it work, though, because I really wanted to do it. So I love this paper. I should have grabbed 2 or 3 sheets of it, and I did not. And I haven't had time to get back to Hobby Lobby and get more, if they even have more. So my thought process was to have some waves and some mermaids and seahorses and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And I wanted it on the center page because the center page is probably the most likely page to be able to fold the flattest. And for pop-ups, you do need them to fold as flat as possible. I'm going to make a slight adjustment so that it doesn't have to fold completely flat, and I will still get the angle that I want, and I'll show you how I do that. I saw a couple different tutorials on this. 49 Dragonflies does one, which isn't bad. It's the basic V-fold, which is what I'm going to be doing. That's the style of pop-up. But I had to do some adjustments because hers is straight up, and it won't work if you're in the journal. I mean, once I fill this is going to be bulkier than it is. So I don't think it's going to fold completely flat. I'm guessing it's going to have, you know, a 20-degree angle probably. So I have to adjust for that. So that's what I'm going to do. And the best pop-up channel that I saw on YouTube was literally called the Pop-Up Channel. And it's a gentleman by the name of Duncan. And he has like, oh gosh, I don't know, 18 maybe tutorials, maybe more. I don't know. I can't remember. But he has a bunch of tutorials, and I'll link like his channel and stuff in my YouTube post, as well as 49 Dragonflies post. And so you can look at a couple of them. But if you search pop-ups, guys, there's a billion. There just really is. But those were the two that I watched. And hopefully, you know, just go check them out. Watch a few. See if it's something you want to attempt to do. The one I'm going to do tonight is not that difficult. It's relatively easy. I think anybody should be able to do it. So we're just going to go for it, okay? So let's see. So first thing I want to do is cut out my waves. So I didn't have any more of this paper, which would have been ideal, or even that other paper I bought. Let's see if I can find it, which has the waves. This one. I don't have any more of that either. Or I would have possibly used that for my waves. But since I don't, I'm just going to go with what I have. So I had one tiny little bit of this piece of paper left. So I made one with that. And then I had some paper I just painted, a file folder, to make the other one. And I just made it match as best I could, which it matches pretty good. I'm not sure which side I want. One side or the other. They're very similar. And I can show you how I did that if you're interested. But basically I just painted a file folder the same way I do whenever I have extra paint left over from painting my acrylic paintings. So, and then you're going to need a bunch of die cuts or fussy cuts or something with the things that you want to put on it. I have a bunch that I have cut out from magazines and from some public domain stuff and from some stickers. Lots of things. Okay, these little seahorses are from my sticker set that I got from Hobby Lobby. Okay, I had it here. I put it up. Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. A sticker set from Hobby Lobby, which was a Paper Studio thing. Trying to find the packaging. Okay, so this set that I bought. So I fussy cut out the seahorses, a couple of the tails, and I put them on cardstock. Okay, this is not super heavy cardstock, like 65 pound, I think. And then I had these little vintage girls that were from, let me see, was it Pickerel? Ooh, where's my envelope of all the stuff? No, this is from a set I bought. This is from, is it from Sea Glass Journal? I think it is. Hold on. I did have it on the back of a whole bunch of stuff, but of course I've cut them out now, so I don't know. But I think they have some cute seahorses too. Who's that? That's Graphics Fairy. This whale would be awesome. Oh wow, that whale would be awesome. That's also a Graphics Fairy. I may use that. I haven't fussy cut it out, but we'll see if it fits. I don't have a lot of room. I think that was from this set, which was called Sea Glass Journal. think that's where those girls were from, but I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to tell you wrong. Probably don't have the original sitting here, do I? No, I do not. Okay. Don't think I wrote it on the back of any of them, but you can look. I was trying to find one that I hadn't fussy cut out so I could tell you what it was. I'm leaning towards Sea Glass Journal, but I don't know. Oh, here's the set. I found it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, Miles Beyond the Moon is the creator. Sea Glass Journal is the name of her digital. And she had these. And I was like, they would be perfect to make little vintage mermaids. So I cut a couple different sizes, and I fussy cut them out so that they would fit on these little tails. Well, the tails would fit on them. Isn't that cute? Look at that. You got to kind of play with it, but you get the idea. I just think it's so cute. So I cut some of those out. Cut some of these little fish, I think, out. Yeah. I cut some of those out, and then just from a couple different places. Like I said, the sticker set and other things. So you just want to have some stuff to put on there. So I did all this fussy cutting off camera because I wasn't going to torture y'all, because I am not the fastest, fussy cutter. So we've got our little pieces, which we will be, and these are from Magazine Images. These little people here are from like those weight loss things where they show the before and after. They actually look really good too. I'm kind of torn, but like if you go through your magazines, you can find these little before and after things, and they were like the perfect size for the tails too. So look at this girl here. She's like absolutely perfect. So, look at that. Instant mermaid. Isn't that so cool? So I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use. Maybe I'll use a mixture. But I cut a couple of those. I cut a little merman out. And then I found this one laying down in the sand on the back of one of my magazines. I don't think I still have the ad in here. Let me see if I do. No. Okay. But she was laying down in some scene. And I thought that would be cute too. Take the tail. I think there's another one at a different angle. Let me see. See this one? Yeah, this one. Put the tail on there. And get a little laying down mermaid. Like that. So, you don't have to buy things. You can look through your magazines and see if you have the perfect image. You never know. I got lucky. I did. So, they've all been fussy cut out. They've all been backed on the cardstock so that they're sturdy. And then we'll pick and choose what I want to use as we go. Got some shells and starfish and sand dollars. A lot of little fun pieces. Okay. And maybe this whale. I don't know, the whale's kind of big. Maybe he might be too big. We'll set him aside. We'll see. I think he's going to be too big. Okay. So, get your paper ready. And I'm going to show you how to cut the V-fold. So it's going to go on this page. I'm just going to pull this. This is already attached. If I didn't have anything on the back of this one, I probably would have tried to flip it and use it anyway. But my only other option would be to move it elsewhere. But I really wanted to use that as water. So I'm just going to leave it. Kind of 1/2 dozen the other guys, but I already had something on there, so I'm just gonna pull that out so it's easier to deal with. And let's see, I'm going to show you how to make the shapes. If I can find all my papers that I had already pre-cut. I already have one made, and I have a small one. I think that's the only two I'm going to need, but I'm just going to do one real quick just to kind of show you. So I think file folders work the best the sturdiness is just a little bit better. This is the 65-pound paper. It's this paper that's been painted as well, and this is a file folder that was painted. So either will work. Do you want me to show you how I painted this? I can do it just a little section real quick. It doesn't take that long. So I started with a piece on this one. This was that color, kinda. It was this color, and then I painted on top of that. Now this one started out as file folder. Okay, so you can start with either one. It works fine. But like I said, I think I like file folder structure better. It's stronger. So I'll show you how I do it real quick, just because I know some of you don't know how to paint like that, and maybe you've never tried. You know, I don't like to assume that everybody can, you know, do it already, because that's not a fair assumption. All right, let's grab some paper. So I won't make a mess. So I'm just going to show you real quick how I came up with that to match that paper, in case you want to go buy that paper. Maybe you're doing a, you know, mermaid journal or something. I already have this one. I'm just going to use the one I had. It's dry, but it's fine. And then I used Liquitex Basics because I knew those colors would be good. So this is Dioxazine Purple, and this is Phthalocyanine Blue. Oh, okay. I will show you then, Lori. It's not super hard. You need a glove, ideally. I didn't use a glove earlier, and it was very messy. A sea sponge, preferably a sea sponge with good texture like that. Don't buy those orange ones. Remember, from Hobby Lobby, don't buy the ones that are orangey. They're too soft. They don't work well. Buy the natural color looking ones. They're much better. Okay. So you're just going to start off with some white. This is pretty much empty. Let me grab my other one. I don't think I can get any out of it. I was barely getting it out of it earlier. Let me find my other white. There it is. Okay. Kill that one. All right. So any white. And then you need just a drop of blue. This one's almost empty too. Doesn't take much though. It takes so little to color this. Cyanine blue. Cyanine, I don't know. Something like that. And then dioxazine purple. All these words. These very difficult words. Purple. Way too much purple. I don't need that much. Just a drop. Okay, let's put my glove on so I'll make a mess. Hey, Dorothy. All right. Your sponge, it should be damp. It doesn't have to be super wet, but just damp. I usually wet it and then squeeze it into a microfiber cloth or something. Okay, put your paper down. Because we want this to have more of a white base to match our color, so this is what I was trying to match, is that paper I bought. Trying to see if I'm on camera. So just dip it into your white to start with, and maybe just a drop of blue. Not much. Like, do you see how much is on there? I barely touched it. See? Barely. It's just going to tint it ever so slightly. Okay? And then you just dab. Sorry about the noise if it's bouncing too much. There's no way to do it gently. Okay, and you just start. I should have put 2 gloves on. Start dabbing. If you get too many spots that are perfect, just twist a little. Just a little. Make sure you turn your sponge different directions. Then it won't be looking all the same. Because it can start looking the same, and then you're like, that doesn't look right. It's not natural looking once it starts looking too much the same. I need more white paint. I'm just going to do this whole side because it's just, it won't take but maybe 3 minutes. All right, white, where'd you go? There you are. Takes more white than you think. Always does. I don't know why. Anyway, okay, a little more white. See, I'm just offloading just slightly. Kind of like when you're stenciling, just a little. We want to get this base. I don't want this yellow because of the file folder color. So I'm just going to try and block out as much of that as I can. And then I'm going to start adding colors in. I'm just touching. And then I'm going to mix it somewhere on my thing so it's not too pointy. I don't want it harsh. Okay. Okay, keep doing the same thing. Just anywhere you want to go. Starts getting too perfect. Throw some white on there and maybe twist it a little bit. Yeah, we just don't want it to be dot, 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 dot in a row, you know, because that doesn't look natural. Just try to keep it as random as you can. Now, if your sponge gets too goopy, go wash it and just start, start fresh. Sometimes it does. Not usually, but. So I'm going to throw some purple in there. So I'm just going to dab into that purple. I'm just trying to get the slightest little bit on there. And into my white, because it's a very strong purple. So we want it light like this purple on here. Do you see that purple? I just want it light. And I'm just going to put a little, because there's just a little in that paper. And I'm just kind of making areas. Okay, if it gets too much, just turn it and blend it a little better. You got to work fast because it'll dry and then you'll end up with a big splotch. If you do end up with the big splotch you hate, throw some white paint on it and do it again. Not the end of the world. Okay, a little more white. And we're getting there. And you can see how it's starting to take shape. It doesn't take a super long time, guys. Now I will do this front and back and I will dry it. And then it will be ready to use. So you just kind of keep going, adding more color until you get what you want. It's more white. Just want a little more of that blue color in there. It's mostly blue. It's got, a little bit of that purple just for some of it. Okay, do you see how that works? And then if I want any more white in there, if you want to add just more like a little bit of extra white for ocean spray or something, just give it one more layer. Because I don't know if you saw on that one paper, let me see if I can touch it without getting it dirty. There's just a little white, in there that kind of looks like ocean spray. It's really supposed to be a agate? No, that's not the right word. Something with an A. It's not an agate, is it? I don't remember now. Some sort of crystal. There's a name for it and I can't think of it because I'm spacing. So I'm just going to add a little more white here and there. Just any place that looks too strong I might go over. And then if I want a whole lot of like really good white pieces, then I'll just really put it on there and then just do maybe just a few. Just for effect here and there. Okay, that's it. Wash that out. I'm going to dip it in water. I just have a bucket of water over here. Okay, I'm going to clean my hands off. But that's how easy it is to make your background paper. And I use these all the time for different projects. I use them to make tag backgrounds. I usually will just do whatever paint is on my palette when I finish painting. And there's always something left. Okay. So now we have this really pretty paper. All right, that's how I did that. It matches very well. Okie dokie. I'm going to set that aside because we're not using that one. It's wet still. And take off my glove. All right, so got the paper. Make sure there's no paint on here. And all right, we're going to start figuring out our waves. So you have to decide how tall you want them. Just make sure there's no, it's dry. How tall you want your waves to be on your pop-up. So like this one's going to be in the front here, and it will be about this tall. Can you, oops. Wait. I went out of focus. Hold on. Come on. So stubborn. Here. Stop that. All right, let me show you how tall this is. Okay? It's not very tall. Just, it's like 1.5 inches, maybe. And then I have the second one that is taller than that one, okay? You see how tall that is? It's like 1 inch taller, maybe. Okay? And that one goes in the back, like so. All right? So, you have to decide, you know, your length of your paper and all that. I'm just going to show you on this one, because I don't need to do another one, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the 2 different types, okay? So, there's the type that 49 Dragonfly's done, which is a basic V fold. Okay? And then there's the type we're going to use today, and that is an acute angle V fold. They're almost identical. Okay? They both start the same. For both of them, fold your paper in half. Okay, this one's already folded. Fold it in half. Get yourself a little bone folder. Make sure that it is nicely folded so that it will bend readily. All right, so you fold it in half. Make sure that it's tall enough so that you can put your fold tab on the bottom and still have room to cut out whatever shape you're going to do. Okay? So this is plenty tall enough. We're not using it anyway. I've already got them made, but I do have to show you how, so just so you know. All right, so for the regular one, the basic fold, you just start like that, and then you fold it in half. Okay? Try and see if that's straight. I can't. I should have picked a paper that wasn't blue. I can't see it. Silly. Let me pick another color here. Hold on. We'll do this color here. I'll just use it for something at some point. Where's my cutter? Cutter, where'd you go? Okay. What did I do with you? I'm so confused. I've lost my cutter. Did I set something on it? No. Did it fall? No. I must have set something on it. I did. I buried it. Totally buried it. All right, we're just going to cut another piece so that we can see it. We can't see what we're doing. This is going to be very small because I didn't make it very big, but that's okay. I don't want to waste all that paper. Okay, fold it in half. So this is going to be the basic one, just to show you. Now we can see what we're doing. All right, so you fold it in half. Then you make a 1/2 inch tab spot, okay? And you can score it or you can just eye it and fold it up. It's up to you. I've done both. Scoring's a little safer, but you know, if you don't want to deal with scoring, don't. So like about a 1/2 inch or a centimeter is good. Either way. Just so that you have a decent amount for the tab. Okay, and then just, I don't like this thing's too strong for this. Every time I use it, it tries to rip my paper. Alright, so make a little score line. It should go through both pieces. If it doesn't, then, you know, deal with it. Fold it over. Okay, open it up, fold it. We're just going to do it right there. Both directions. Okay, and then fold your tab. Whoops. Open it up and fold it. So we've got our little piece there. You want to cut an angle in the middle. This is the middle. Okay. Just cut an angle. Okay. Cut an angle here. Well, first decide how long you want to go. This is probably way long for my book. So figure that out. It's a whole lot shorter for, just cut it. It does not have to be straight. And then cut an angle. All right. So then you've got this. It's got two little tabs, an opening so that it doesn't get stuck when it's bending, because otherwise these two will catch. So that's what that classic V-fold is, straight, nothing to it. Okay, the acute angle V-fold, the only difference is that when you make your score, you don't go straight, you go at an angle. And the angle is going to determine how much your paper goes at an angle when it's opened up. Okay, so I did it like, so leave room for your tab, so 1/2 inch or so, doesn't have to be exact, but make sure that on your small side that you're leaving room, and then figure out your angle. We're going to go with that. So I have a black mark in my scoreboard that is one I use for when I don't want to use the edge. Okay, so we're going to score that. All right, and this is going to be our angle, and then we're going to cut next to it. If you need to measure or a ruler or whatever, use a ruler. You just want to make sure that your tab, this is our tab. Just try to get it, you know, somewhat straight. Okay, and then we're going to cut that off. You could use your cutter if you want. It really doesn't matter. Okay. So now the difference between this one and this one, do you see the difference? Straight across and at an angle across. Okay, same thing, fold it over, cut your little V, and cut your little V. This is also very long, even for that back page. Well, we're just going to chop it off. Otherwise I can't show it to you. And that. Okay, now we have an acute angle and a basic angle. Both will work, but one is straight and the other one is angled. So these are the two types that are very common for using, and I'll show you how they work. So let's just get another piece of paper. Maybe I'll just use this. I'm half tempted to glue it on here, just so I can show you today, and then I might actually cut it back out later and glue it directly to this. But I do want to be able to show you, so maybe I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna cut this page. Let me think about where these are. One's here, one's here. I'll just use this cardstock one. We're just going to use this. I can always paint another one. I don't need it for this today. So it's a little bit big, but I'm going to try to cut it about the same size as this page. It looks like it needs to lose about 1/4 inch. Not sure why. All right. So your base is your gully? that the right word? I think they call it a gully. Like I said, I'm new to this, guys. So your gully is basically what your pop-up attaches to, okay? This is what I think is called a gully, if I'm using the right term, which is what we have here on our journal page, okay? I can't attach it to this yet because we still have to sew this in. So we're just going to make it work for today, and we're going to do it on this, and then I'll adjust accordingly. So that's what I'm going to do. Worst comes to worst, I glue it down and I just use it like it is. So here's what happens. So if you have this one, so what you do is you cut your shape out. Say I want a wave, which is what we're doing today. And you just cut a shape. Actually, I like to fold it and do it this way. I'm going to go a little bit smaller. So we're going to just make some little wavy shapes. Okay? A little wave. Same thing on this one. We're just going to make a little wave. I'm going to take that tab off because it's too tall. Like this. Like this. Okay? Waves. And if you don't like them, adjust them. Play with them until you get them the way you like them. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not using these, by the way. I'm just showing you because you can see them better, and then we'll put the real ones on here. I want to show you the difference. So I didn't fold that. Hold on. Let me fold these. So fold your tabs. Just make sure you're using a bone folder because it is important that your folds are strong. Or something, the edge of your scissors if you don't have one, something. Your little tool from Essential Stencil, you know, whatever you have that will work. Okay, so here's the difference I'm going to show you. So when I attach it, you want this fold to be exactly in the fold of the paper. Now, if you can't see your fold of your paper, just go ahead and draw yourself a line. You can always erase it, but draw yourself a little line or something just so you can see it better. Okay, so when you're putting this on here, you want to line up the crease. It's hard for me to show you at this angle. I'm going to try to turn it. Line up the crease with that fold. Okay? It has to be right on it. If it's not, it will not bend. Okay, and then decide how much of an angle you want. It doesn't matter a lot on the straight one. I like it to be about, I don't know, what is that, 30 degrees? I don't know. Something like that. So we're going to use some tape so that I can just show you this. Here, I'll just put it back. We're just going to use some light tack tape. Normally I would glue this side down. I would find my middle and I would glue one side down, okay? So find your middle. Now I am going to I need to come much further down. I'm just going to put this temporarily so it doesn't move. So pretend like that's glued on there. Here, we'll do the front and the back a little bit because otherwise it's not going to stay. When you are doing these, you have to have this crease glued really well. This side isn't as big a deal, but this side is super important that it is right against your paper. Now, if you're doing the type with the slot and you're going through it, it does help to keep that side down flat. But we're not doing that today. So 49 Dragonflies does that on hers if you want to watch her do it. So once you get that side down, what you do is you take your piece and you fold it like this and you put glue here. Okay, this is the side that's going to glue over here somewhere. It won't glue there, not there. No, no, no. Okay, it will glue in its natural spot in a minute. So we're going to put tape because we can't do it that way right now. So I'm just going to put double stick tape there. I'm going to fold this over. So this is sticky. This would be glue. Here. Glue. Okay. And then you fold your page on top. Push. Now when you open it, it's going to go right where it's supposed to go. Okay. It would normally be stuck front and back, but we're not using glue, so. Okay, we're just going to put some tape there. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. So that is like this. When it's closed, it's flat. See, completely flat. And then when it's opened, it opens up like that. And you see that's pretty much straight up and down. It's hard to tell the angles on these cameras, but you get the idea. Okay, so closed and up straight. But you have to really fold that page out to get it to go straight up. So if your journal doesn't lay flat, it may not go straight up. Does that make sense? Now, if you change the angle, it changes it slightly, but not a lot. Okay, so that's the normal V-fold. This one, this is the acute angle. So same thing, find your middle spot. Decide your angle, how much you want your angle. Make sure that you're not too close to either side because it'll stick out otherwise. And keep in mind you're going to be putting things on here. Now these are going to go down. These will also go down, so these can't be real tall because they'll come off the page. I probably should pull that up just a little bit. So find your angle. We're going to go about there, I think. Okay, and I'm going to tape this side down. Normally I would glue it. I'm going to do front and back so it just stays better. Normally I don't tape it. Okay, guys, normally it's glue. We're going to glue, I'm going to glue the other ones just because, and then we'll figure it out. If I have to cut out this piece from it, I could always do that. Okay, so because I'm doing it this way, I'm going to put my double stick. Is that the right way? No, wrong way. On this side. All right, y'all back? It froze on me for a second. Let me get my iPhone back. Okay. I don't think I missed any chat. Y'all let me know. Trying to see if I'm actually here. Nope. I am, but it's not on my iPad, so I can't see. Well, are we back? Sorry, I don't know what is up with the internet. It is obviously having issues. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, guys. Okay. We've put it on our angle. We're laying it flat with our sticky there, which would normally be our glue. And we're going to fold it over onto that. Stick it down there. And then it'll open up. Okay. Now, let me put some tape on the front here. This is just to hold it in place so I can show you. Okay, so here's the difference. Let's see if you can see the difference. Okay, do you see how this one's straight up and down? And then this one is a little more of an angle. Now that angle gets stronger depending on where, I'm trying to see if I can, here, there. Do you see what I mean? It's got a slant. It slants backwards. This one's straight up and down. So that's the difference between the acute angle. So the nice thing about that is if I can't open my page completely flat, I can get to this straight up and down point without it being completely flat. And the more I adjust that angle, like if I really wanted it even stronger, I could adjust it straighter, I think it is. I think it's straighter. We'll see if I do it the right direction. I think it's straighter, so we got to pull them both off. Fold this one back over. So see, that's even stronger angle. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. I'll turn this sideways. Okay. So it's even a stronger angle. So flat, and then when it opens, even if it's not completely flat, you're going to get a much stronger angle so that your items that are on there are straight up and down. That's the idea of the acute one, is it helps you to see things the right distance if it won't go flat. You can't go much smaller than that angle-wise. That's about it. You would have to adjust your angle and cut this even stronger when you start, and then you could get an even stronger one. But I think that this is sufficient for what we're doing. So that's the two differences between the two when you're doing these pop-ups. A basic V-fold is going to make it straight up and down as long as your page is flat. An acute angle will bend either direction. If your V is this way, it folds in this way. And if it's the other way, if it's this way, I'll try to show you. I have to take off my tape. If your V is the other way, tabs this way. If it's that way, then your angle's that way, the other direction. Okay? Both will work, both will close. Okay? Wherever that top part is pointing, that's the part that's going to go down with all the stuff on it. So keep in mind you need space for whatever is on there. Okay? So that's kind of the basics. Just so that you have an understanding of how it works and what the basics are. So let's go ahead and lay the ones down that we're going to use. This is just really like tack tape, guys. So normally I can't pull that paper off like that or it'll rip. I'm saving these because I might use them again. So these are just my samples. Keep those aside. And we are going to put down our ones that I made. So I've got this one and I've got this one. I'm going to keep the paper on this one just because it makes it look a little bit different. Not much, but a little. And then I've got some little pieces that I'll explain in a minute. Thought I cut more than that, but I guess I didn't. Either that or I just tossed them in that container, one or the other. We'll cut some more in a minute. All right, so let's figure out where these go. So on my journal, I had marked, if I can find my journal. Oh, there it is. On this, I actually have some lines here. I don't think you can see them. Let me see. Can you see them? I'm trying to be really patient. This keeps saying trying to reconnect. There's a line there, and there's a line there. That's my angle and my height that I wanted. They're really faint. I did them in chalk pencil. So I'm going to try to keep about to that height. So that looks like about, what, 3 inches down? Yeah, about 3 inches down, and then about, we'll say 6.5 inches down. Maybe we'll do 6 because they can be closer than that. So, but we're going to do it on this page. So approximately 3 inches down. You can mark if you want. You don't have to, but I'll mark just for y'all's sake if I can find my white chalk pencil. There it is. I still can't see that line. It's so hard to see. I'm going to try white. A little bit better. Okay. So approximately 3 inches is there. So that's where I'm going to put this big one. So I just want to line up my center, figure out where my center is. I probably should get my art glitter glue ready. Make it easier for myself. I hope I don't mess this up. Well, if I do, it's only paper, right? All right, line up my center, figure out my angle. I think of that as I'm going to go fairly strong because I do want it to lay back as much as possible. So this, once I find the center, you only have to worry about getting one spot in the right spot. Okay, I don't want that to move. You can also draw a line and do that, but I'm just going to hold it. So we're going to glue this right on that edge the most. It can be all over, but do make sure you get that inside edge good. If you need to, just smooth it out with your finger or something. And we're going to glue that there. Okay. I'm just going to make sure that I didn't get any oozing out. That's too much. That's good. Okay. Wipe. I'm surprised y'all are still with me. It keeps crashing. I usually don't have that many problems with my internet. My daughter told me today she's playing her game and she's like, Mom, is there something wrong with the internet? I keep crashing. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't been on all day. I guess there is. So at this point, take this piece, fold it over. This is where the glue is going to go because it's going to open up and go there. Okay. So we're going to want glue there. Now you could use double stick tape maybe. I think art glitter will probably hold a little bit better. Personally, maybe you could use Fabri-Tac. I don't know. I don't want it to ooze too much because I don't want it everywhere it's not supposed to be. And then you fold your page on top of it while it's flat. That's the trick to getting it in the right spot. Then you open it up. If it holds, let's try it again. Give it a second. Don't do it too fast. I just don't want it to glue any oozy out. All right, let's see if we can get it there. Okay, so just make sure that it is holding down and this front edge is nicely glued down. Because like I said, we're not doing it where it's sticking through a hole in the page. Because some people do that. They don't like their tabs showing, so they cut a hole and they stick that tab through that hole and then they attach it to the back. I'm not doing that because I want it on that other page. It's pretty. So there's our first one. Okay. So we're going to line up the second one. And you can kind of figure out where you want it to go. It can be fairly close. When this folds down, what will happen is anything on... Here, let me just stick something on there. I don't want to stick that. We're just going to stick something just to kind of show you. So let's say this is on there. Okay. Say that's on there. And then this is here. What's going to happen is this is going to fold into it, but it shouldn't affect it. Okay, it'll just kind of lay over it. The thing you have to worry about is that it doesn't go outside your page when it folds, because it does fold at an angle, so anything here might come out over here, so don't get too close. And then that second one, you want to make sure that it's... Where's my little thingy? You want to make sure that it's not too close to that bottom edge. If you know what you're going to put on there already, that helps, but we're just going to figure it out as we go. That's the easiest way to do it. All right, I think I'm going to go about here. I'm not going to put anything super tall on this one. So only thing I have to think about is, where is it going to hit when it folds? So it can't be any taller than that. Do you see how tall that is? So approximately that tall, which is fine. I don't think I need to be any taller than that. So I'm going to find my spot in the middle, figure out my angle, wherever I want it. I'm trying to go similar. A similar angle just because. So I think about right there. So I'm going to glue that piece down. This is 2 layers of cardstock. It's not bending quite as well. I probably should have scored it maybe a little bit better. Might hit it with this thing. As I had to, that paper I got from Hobby Lobby is thin. It's not thick paper. So I backed it with something. I think a file folder. So my little tab it's a little tight. Try to make sure it folds good. All right, so we got our first one down. So then, like I said, think about where your glue goes. It's going to go here. Open it up, So just keep that in mind. If you need to, just mark it. All right, put our glue there. What time is it? I'm spending so much time explaining. It's much faster when you're not talking so much. That's okay. We'll be fine. All right, if I don't finish, I'll finish it another day. All right, when you get that to stick, just make sure everything is still, this is a little warpy because I just painted it and I didn't flatten it. Normally I paint them and I flatten them in some books, but I didn't. All right, make sure that's sticking good. It feels pretty good. All right, so there's our first mechanism. Okay. So at this point, you just want to figure out what you want to add. So these little guys are for adding things to our mechanism. Okay, say we want to have, I'm going to put our mermaids on probably first, but just pull these over here. I'm going to put this lid on before I forget. You know I'm going to forget. All right, say we wanted to have a shell, okay? And we wanted the shell to be out here somewhere. Okay, so we have to figure out how can we do that and make it still fold in with the rest of the mechanism. And in order to do that, you basically have to stay on the angles and attach to this main mechanism. Okay, and you do that by making a little square tab. Where'd it go? A little square tab that you don't lose. Okay, a little square tab. So you do that by taking a piece of paper, folding it in half, folding it in half. Okay, score well. Then you got a little cube. Okay, like that. Make sure you can see. A little cube. Okay, fold, hold breath while it disconnects on you again. Okay, so to stay on the angle, say I want the shell, we're going to put it on this one. Say I want a shell here, okay, and I want it to sit, where'd it go? Where'd my shell go? Shell? I lost you. Oh no, I just had you in my hand too. Where did you go? I have too much stuff sitting here. All right. I know it's here. Oh, there it is. All right. Little shell. So you don't want it so big that it's going to not fit on here. This is almost too big, but I think it's fine. It's close enough. So you want it to basically fit on your little square. So step one is to line up with that. Okay. So I'm just going to say we're going to put the shell here. Why not? So we're going to stick that there, and then it has to be on the same plane as that. Okay, so this has to be flush right there. So let's get our glue. Put our glue down. Okay, make sure it's flush. Glue it down. I hope y'all are enjoying this. I think pop-ups are so much fun. And when you start figuring out the mechanisms of it, it's not so overwhelming, I promise. Okay, so now you've got all these other little pieces. So what you're going to do is you're going to take them and fold them, and then, okay, this piece is going to go flush with the back. Okay, and you're going to glue it right there. It's a little big for this spot, but that's okay. We're just going to deal with it. All right. So we want glue here. I hope I'm doing this right. Told you, I'm new to this. All right, so we're going to glue that there. It's going to go flush, same plane, and we glue it to that. And if it closes, we did it right. If it falls flat and closes, we know we did it right. Give that a second to dry. All right, let's see. So it should, when you close it, it should fold flat and be on the same plane. Okay, and then when you open it, it pulls it back up. So now I can put things there. I can put stuff on top as long as I'm on that plane. Okay, it can't interfere with anything. So I can put something right here, but it can't be like too close to the bottom, but close, just somewhat close. So I'm gonna put this up just a tiniest bit above the bottom. I think I'm just gonna put, let me see. It pretty much covers that whole thing, so I'm just gonna put the glue on here. Just enough to hold it. And I'm not going too close to the bottom. And I've got my little shell. I'm just going to stick that on there. The idea is keeping everything on the same plane. Okay, and once it's on there, then it should fold flat. Okay, and then it pops back up. Okay, let me do it from this angle. Flat, pops up. Okay, that's how you do that. So we can start just throwing stuff together. Let's make our little mermaids. What do we think? Should we make, we definitely want these vintage ones because they're just too cute, guys. They just are. So I got these two little vintage girls from that Sea Glass Journal set. And I also have this little merman. I also have this girl who's sitting, which I thought she might could go in the front. I'm going to try to get her to go there. That's the thought process, I hope. Hope she'll fit. We'll see. And then I've got 3 tails cut. Did I have one left? I think I had one left, but I think 3 is enough. So we've got this direction. We've got this direction. One of the directions worked best for this one. Which one was it? Did I have 2 cut or 3 cut? Oh, I only have 2 cut. Girl. I thought you had 3 cut. Maybe I only cut 2. I think because I was only going to do 2 mermaids, which maybe I will. We'll see. It's a lot to put on one page. I mean, you can make it as cluttered as you want as long as everything lays on the same plane. Okay. You got to think about where you're going to put them. Okay. They're going to be stuck together, so they can't hit the bottom. So they have to be able to be stuck somewhere just above. Okay. So if I do her that way, if I do this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to use the guys, but I did think it was cute. I did want to show you. And I'll have to cut their feet out and stuff. Get them to sit where I want them to sit. And then this one. It doesn't go to the top, so that's fine. Maybe, or I do the one with the girl laying, which is cute too. It's just really cute. I do have one more tail, I think, so. I could do her here. That fold, if I do that there, the fold would have to be folded. It could be done, but it would have to be folded. So I'm going to see, can I pull her? I'm going to see if there's room. If I pull her out here, I'm going to tape it just to see. I just want to see if it'll... She's not attached. Just stay there for a second. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get her on here. Okay. I just want to see where she folds to. Well, she doesn't stick out. Okay. It is feasible to put her there. All right. So, should I put her there? Or should I just do shells and crabs in the front and do the 2 mermaids in the back that are very vintage and stick with the vintage theme? A more vintage look instead of a modern look. What do y'all think? Any thoughts? I don't care. I mean, it's one half dozen the other, guys. Yeah, this one looks really good, but it's definitely more modern, just in design. Vintage or magazine cutout people. They do work well because they're, you know, in bathing suits. I could put the guy and the girl instead of the vintage ones. I can always use these elsewhere. The vintage, they're cute, aren't they? I just think they're so cute. I do think they're cute. We'll do the vintage. If worst comes to worst, I go buy another sticker set and said, stick these somewhere. I can always put them on another page. But for this, I think I'm with you. I think vintage. All right, so let's figure out where the tail should go. Where'd that other one go? All right, let's see. We got 2 tails here. I'm guessing I didn't cut out that third one. Is that what it was? Yeah, I didn't. Okay. So there's one more tail in this set that's exactly the same as this tail. Well, the colors are a tiny bit different, but... Well, no, they're probably the same because I've got this on blue paper, so it shows the blue paper slightly. Okay. That one on that girl? Sure. So if I put that about there. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's stick that on. I'm going to cut the feet off. Oops. Not with that pencil. Just going to cut the feet off just so they're not there. If I can grab my scissors. No feet. Oh, sorry, girl. I feel so bad. Chopped your feet off. All right, glue on here. I hope I can get this done. All right, so just adjust it to wherever you want the tail. I'm just gonna guesstimate. Okay, so that'll be that one. Set her there. Figure out where this one goes. Let's see if I can. I think I want it to angle like that. I'm going to try to angle it just a little bit. Figure out how far down I want to go. Is it taller or shorter? The size is not quite right, but it's close. All right, so this whole leg needs to go. Bye, leg. I might cut a little bit of that off there too. Oh, there's still something sticking up. All right, other leg too. We don't need all of you. And then just a little bit of this body. Okay, let's try that. The backs aren't going to look great. If I really wanted, I could throw something back there, but I don't know. I could just dab some blue ink on it so that it looks similar, which maybe I'll do that. Just make sure that that's on there good. These are doubled. This is just a little bit wide, ever so slightly. Make it fit her body just a little bit better. Okay, I don't know where that piece went. Oh, there it is. All right, that's good. Oh, now it's stuck to my finger. She's a little wide too. I'll leave that one. That one's not too bad. I didn't really ink these. They're not terrible, but we'll ink them just a little bit. I'm just going to do their skin where it's showing the fussy cutting, because that was really some tight fussy cutting. They're very small. I'm just going to get some of that white edge off. And if this brown gets on the skin, no biggie. Just make some more suntanny. Okay. Get that little piece right there. Okay. Not too bad. Just got a little finger there or something. What is that? Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the back, because I don't want to have to try to fight with this later to color it. So let me grab, I think, just some blue. I'm just going to try to kind of even it out, just so it doesn't look so, ugly. So I am just going to put a little bit of this blue on here. Trying not to bend them. I don't know how much of that'll show, so I'm mostly worried about the really stark white area. Because you'll see it when it's folded in, but not when it's opened. You'll see it a little bit. There, good enough. Just a little bit. I'll probably do that with most of them. That was Salty Ocean, in case anybody wants to know. Did you see this postcard I found at the dollar section in Target? Are they cute? It's just little postcards. It was in there for $1. I posted on my page. I don't know if y'all saw it. I haven't been on all day to even look at my comments, so I've been so busy trying to prep for this. Alright, we're going to get these mermaids on here because they're kind of my main attraction, so I want to make sure I got them on here where I want them. So, like I said, I think I want this one this way and this one this way. So, I just want to see about where they're heading. I'm trying to get the heads not to go off the page. So I'm just going to tack it lightly and guess. And I'll fold it and see where it's hitting. Alright, that's good. So that one can go there. And for these, I'm just attaching them straight to this little feature. Okay, I might have to outline that or something. This isn't strong enough probably for y'all to see, but it'll just help me. And let's see how much glue, because I don't want glue where I don't have that tail touching. And then I don't want glue past that. Okay. Pretty sure all the tail went down. Okay, like that. Just figure out where that was. Nope, higher than that. It's way off on my glue mark. All right. Try and just checking. So it helps to have this light tack tape just so you can kind of, place stuff and make sure it's not going to interfere with anything. And they can stick up as high as that you want, as long as they don't come out of the thing. And as long as they're strong enough. I mean, these are pretty strong. Just barely. Let me move her over a fraction. Just a teeny bit. Yeah, that's good. And I don't think it'll get snagged on that. It should just lay over the top of it. Hopefully. Trying to get my tape off. Alright, let's mark this. Oops, don't move. And if these pencil lines show, I can erase them. I'd rather have it marked than the other way around. Get the glue in the right spot. I don't know if I'm going to finish this. I'm going to try. All right, where's that little fold? All right, there's those. Okay. So fold flat, and then you open up. All right. And then we have to start adding things. So we can add seahorses and fish and whatever we want. And if we want it to be out further, we have to use the little boxes. So if I want some fish through here, I just have to make sure I've attached to there somehow. So we need a little bit longer of a box for that. Let me see if I can make it that far. I wonder if I'm trying to think if you make the box longer. Where is my paper? Oh, there it is. I just need some more pieces. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit of this. I don't want it too big, so I'm going to try to maybe a ½ inch or so. Where's my knife? Oh. I'm just going to cut 2. I'm not measuring. I probably should measure, but I'm being lazy. Real good. Totally got way off there. I'm just going to straighten this one up. It's very crooked. It's not a big deal, but honestly, it doesn't have to be straight. I'm going to try to make it somewhat straight. So a double fold. Yeah, straight enough. All right. Close that because I'm going to mess myself up. Bone folder. Just want to make sure that the box folds well. All right, let's see. If I put this one here. So you just have to kind of think about where it's going to hit on your design. Maybe have that little fish there. What else do we have that would look good? We have a couple fish. We have a sand dollar. I think I'm going to put the sand dollar in front. The fish are slightly bigger. Maybe a seahorse. I don't like that direction. How about this direction? I'll do a seahorse on there. I don't really care. This is a little bit bigger. It should be fine. All right, so first step, glue on the bottom. Find the spot you want. Make sure it's flush at the angle. It just has to be at the angle. Okay, and then I'm oozing. Get that oozies. Remember, creases are the most important part that has to be glued. The rest of it's important, but not as important. Okay, so we're going to lay that up against there. Lift it up. Just hold it for a second. Y'all yell if you need to see something better. I know it's awkward. Okay, so got our little square basically. Okay. I'm going to throw this seahorse on there. Figure out where the glue's hitting it. About there. I don't think it's hitting. It might hit that little tail part. Check everything folds. Okay. Little seahorse. Grab ourselves another little piece. I'm going to see what I might want to just put directly. I've got this big old fish. I don't know if I want to put it out here somewhere. I can't go too far out because my box would have to be too tall, and I don't know how to do other types. So, I mean, logically, I might could attach to that. Let me think. Maybe, but I think it's better in the back. So what I might do is put him closer. He's kind of big. Maybe I should put him in the front. I should put him in the front because he's short. We'll put him in the front. Seahorse in the front. I'm just going to attach our seahorse. Starfish. I'm going to put it somewhere. I'm just going to do half of it. Where it shouldn't come off the edge here, so we'll just stick it there. Let me see. He might not be too tall. If I put him here. Is he too tall? Nope. Awesome. He needs ink though. He's got a lot of white edges. Let's ink him. Where's my thingy? I'm just gonna... Oh, I was supposed to cover the back of that. As far as the backs of these go, because once they're attached, it'll be harder to get to them. Break it. Almost need a thicker cardboard for this one. He's got some little bitty limbs. I think I'll be okay once I glue him. Okay. Just enough so he looks like he fits. Do I need to ink this side? Let's do that with some brown. Just a little bit. I'm just trying to get the white edges so it doesn't look so obvious that I did a not so great fussy cutting job. Not the easiest thing in the world to ink. If you can find die cuts or laser cuts, that's ideal. Then you don't have to fussy cut. All right, so we are going to put this on this front piece. I think we're just going to stick it I'm debating if I want to ankle. No, I'm going to put it pretty secure because I want to make sure that it, I don't want it to be weak. I'm going to put my finger where I think the glue starts. Hopefully that works. Oops. Can I get it out? Yeah, there it goes. So mostly just doing the bottom edge here. Okay, maybe that little piece there. Let's see if we can get it on there. Glue somewhere I didn't need it. Hold on. Just make sure any glue that you did put anywhere that's oozing, you don't close it before that's dry, and possibly throw some powder on there. I think that would be a smart move. I've got this little embossing powder thingy. I'm just gonna tap it just to make sure it's not sticky. All right, let's make sure it closes. Yep, we are still good. Let me show you how that looks. Okay, cute, looking good. All right, so I think I'll put this on a block. I can put it on a block attached to that. I think I have room. I'm not gonna go super far out, so maybe this one. Is that about the right size? Yeah, that's not too bad. It doesn't stick out too bad. All right, so we're gonna put this block, I think, right here. Let's see how much it'll stick out. It's a little bit tall. Can I move? I could move it over a little bit. I'll make another one that's a tiny bit smaller. All right, let me just make another one. This one's a little bit, just a fraction too tall. Sorry, I lost my scissors, so I'm gonna come back this way. I don't want it too much smaller, but just a teeny bit smaller. So fold in half. Bone folder. Fold in half. Okay, that should fit now. All right, so first one's the bottom one. Remember, the crease part's the most important part. So we're going to stick this right here. Make sure that your angle is the right angle. Everything has to be on that angle, or it won't fold flat. Okay, and we want this piece right there. Hopefully it's the right height. Trying to find something to wipe my hand on. Attach it at the angle and against that piece. It's a fraction tall, but not too bad. If I really wanted to just be fun, I could always just put a little sticker there of a starfish or something maybe that was just flush on it, you know, or a sticker of anything. That could be fun. Sink this guy a little bit. He's a little bit. Has this one got a backing? Nope. So we got to do some blue stuff on the back of this, just to keep our backs looking. So I'm trying to keep it so when it's folded like this, it doesn't look all different colors, you know, because that's just messy. All right, he goes like that. So we're going to put him like this. I'm just making sure that my fins are heading anywhere. So stay high enough that they will fold. I'm trying to mark this, but not the easiest thing in the world. a second. Just make sure there's no glue there. I think we're okay, but let's just be safe. All right, fold it flat, make sure it lays flat. And some of this might take some training, you know, because it depends on how well you scored. All right, we need more stuff in there. What do we got? What time is it? Whew, we're running out of time, guys. Hurry, hurry, hurry. It's looking cute, though. Yeah, I hope y'all like it. I think it's so cute. Oh, look at that. It's so cute. We should put that, like... Oh, it looks better back there. I was going to put it in front, but I kind of like it back there. It's too similar to that one. We'll put it over here. Maybe right there. So, how tall? So you really don't want it taller than your item. So you can figure out how much space you need, you know, by doubling that. So approximately there should be good. It's also going to determine how far away it is, which I'm okay with that. Okay, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to try that. Fold it in half. And fold it in half the other way. A little bit off. I'm going to trim just a tiny bit off. There. Okay. So remember, we got to go. Oh, did I not paint that? I did. I totally didn't. I just said, paint your edges. Now I got to try to do it with that on there. That's going to be ever so challenging. It's not a huge deal, but I really didn't want to. Let me see if I can do it with the brush. I knew I'd do that sooner or later. I just don't want it sticking out like a sore thumb. So paint it first because it works a whole lot better. It's hard to get it to lay flat. I don't want to color the bottom too much. Not that you'd see it a whole lot. But. All right, how's that? That's better than it was. Paint your items first. Where's the other one? The one's already blue, so I didn't need to worry about that one, although you could just tint it a little bit. There. Let me just look at some of these. Is this blue? Nope. Here, I'm just gonna... Before I forget, I should put my cardboard down because I'm gonna make a mess. All right, there's that one. Let's just do all these. I should have done them yesterday, probably. This takes longer. We're going to do this. The daubers hold a little more ink than the brushes do. The brushes are great when you just want a really light coat and you're really concerned with it being even, whereas the daubers hold more ink, so they're faster. There. All right. I think that was it. Now we won't run into that problem again, hopefully. What time is it? Watching my time. We're okay. We're okay, we can do it. All right, did I lose my cardboard piece? Is it this one? I have no idea. I think I lost it. It's one of them. Where's my... It was the shell, right? I'll just see if it fits. That fits. All just use that one. Helps if you don't lose your pieces. All right, so bottom, I'm going to use this fatter one just because it'll be easier to get the angle. A little bit right up against that edge. Where's my wipe? All right, so flush wherever you want it to sit. I'm going to have her sit right there. I thought I'd have more people on today. Not a lot of people do pop-ups. Hi, Deborah. All right, so go over here. Mostly getting that crease edge. Okay, and then that goes flush on the back. Probably use that. Okay, and then my little shell. So, wow. What would happen if I put that there? I don't think it would be in the way. Hold on. I haven't put one on top yet, so we're just going to see. I think as long as it's not too big. It should work. I'm just not sure if I want it flat or if I want it on the bottom. Huh. It would work. I could do that. I might just draw something there and put it on the bottom though. I think I like it better here. All right, so we're going to make sure this is just above the bottom. So I think right about there. It's fine. At least our glitter dries fast. Just using that to help me push. All right, let's see what we got so far. Oh, we got tape there. All right, so everything folds flat. And then when it's open, either I will just glue this right to the page. Oh, I'm totally froze again. Hold on. Are we back? It froze again. I think I'm back. All right. I didn't want to talk while you guys were gone. All right, let's see. We got a sand dollar. We have a couple of fish. I think we should try to put a fish somewhere. I'm not sure how I'm going to do him. Maybe I'll just stick him here. Will that stick out? It's probably too tall. The sand dollar there. I think I put the sand dollar there. Trying to figure out where else I can stick another box that won't be in the way. Let's see if I put one close. I know there's ways to just, I feel like there's ways to attach them, but I think you have to have it like long. Like I would have to put another wave. I think that's what I would have to do, is put another wave to have them out this far. Which is tempting. I kind of like the idea of another layer in there. Or I just keep them all back here, but these are kind of big. And I've got 3 of them. I'm going to glue this first, I think. I'm just going to glue this, I think, right there. goes. I think it's okay. I've been taping just to see. I can always see where it goes. Make sure it doesn't hit nothing. Okay, it looks fine. There we go. All right, so about here, I think. You just have to watch your fold and your top. Just try and make sure that stays flush at the top there. Okay, iffy. Comes out the edge. I can only get his tail just barely. No, he doesn't come out the edge. Okay. I think it'll be all right. I don't know though. It's a little... It's just hitting this bottom of the tail, which makes me really nervous. Maybe I'll put something smaller there. What else do I have? Girl, is that all you cut out? Let's see. What else we got? Bubbles. I could turn one of these into just like a coral. It's really like a jellyfish, maybe? But we'll just make it a coral. Get it off of there. I don't want the tentacles. It'll look like one of those poofy sea urchin sand dollar thingies, whatever they're called. That's me, I don't know. We'll just put this there because it'll be a little safer, I think. It's already blue. Do this edge a little bit. There. Glue. Okay. Oh, I froze again. Ugh. Guys, I'm so sorry. It keeps freezing. It's really... This has been a frustrating life. It's like on the one project I really know everybody's excited about and it freezes the whole time. All right, am I there? Yep, okay. All right, need a spot for a seahorse. Maybe I'll just stick on the edge here. I feel like I need another wave. I feel like I've got too much space in the middle. Hold on. Let's see where my paper is. Where'd you go? No. Paper. I lost it. How can you lose it? You can't lose it. Okay. It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. All right. I just want a small one, so yay big. About here. We're just gonna make one real quick. And bit of a wave. It wasn't really laying pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna cut it at an angle. And then we want our little score line there. I'm doing this the quickest way possible because I don't want to take an hour doing it. Can you see the other side? Oh, I can. Okay, so cut, fold, fold. Everything is nicely creased. All right. I just want to attach the fish on there, so I'm just going to stick it right there. I think about there. So I'm going to figure out where I want that side to be. Make sure that it doesn't hit my other one. Sorry about my head. I think we're safe there. I'm going to tape it first, though, just to be sure. If I can tape it and test it, that's a little safer. So we're going to tape it and just see what happens. Where's my other tape? I just got to make sure it's not going to hit that one. I don't think it will, but let's see. Oh, I totally glued to that. Which, that might be a problem. Let me think about that. We're going to try to glue it first and see if it's a problem. I can't tell yet. I'm just going to try to guess this angle without laying it flat. About there. Is it a problem? It shouldn't be. Alright, the trick is just finding the spot because I've got so much other stuff here already. I just have to figure out where it hits, where it naturally wants to hit. And glue it underneath where the seahorse and stuff is. Can I do it? I don't know how I'm going to do it. Hold on. I'm just going to have to wing it. I should have put it on there first, but I didn't, so we're just going to wing it. The idea, it has to be at the same angle, is all. And it's easier to find the angle by folding it. I think this looks close. Let's see. It's pretty flush. I think that's good. Let's go for it. We're gonna go for it. It's in the right spot. It's hard to tell because I don't have the front taped. It feels like it's too far back. All right, tape the front. Now. All right, I think it's okay. We're going to tape this, or glue this one first. Tape off. And I'm going to mark that one. Where's my pencil? Mark this one. Hopefully I can get it back in the right spot. Come here. So figure out how many waves you want ideally first. It makes life much easier. attempt to do it because I wanted another wave. I've only seen this with 2 so far, so I didn't even think about actually putting 3. It did not even enter my mind. Let me get the tape off. Make sure no glue's oozing. Tape everywhere. Okay, and then we'll stick this one. Normally I would lay this flat to do it, but I can't lay it flat to do it because I have too much stuff in my way. I have like seahorses and girls and all kinds of stuff. So we're just going to have to find our angle instead. It'll be okay. I'm just going to place it on the line. Should be okay. Make sure it closes. Feels like it closes. Feels like it opens. Alright, everything looks good. Let's make sure everything's down. Alright, now we have another spot. Okay. Back to my fishies. Now I can put my little fishies in this. Hopefully will. Should I test them? I should totally test them. I'm going to test my fishy. Make sure he lays flat. Yeah, he's fine. Okay. He's fine. Alright. Alright, little fishy. Just need the bottom of you. Mm-hmm. All right, one down. Clean my finger again because I don't get glue all over me. What time is it? Ooh, it's 11 o'clock. Hubby hasn't even said nothing yet. I know he's wanting in there. He waits for me to finish to get in the shower, so. These all go the same direction. Oh well. Which one do I want? Which one do I like better? I don't know. 1/2 dozen the other. I'll just stick it there. About there. Okay. I just felt like it needed more in the middle. You know? Okay. Got a seahorse. What did I say I was going to do with the seahorse? Could stick them there. I could stick them there. Where's a square? It's not tall enough. Yeah, not square. I want this to be about the same height as this, so there. So double that about, let's say about there. I think that's right. So fold. It's a little wide, but I'd rather it be too wide than too narrow. Fold one more time. I threw paper all over my phone and I can't see y'all. I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. I'm trying to hurry because I'm really late. Very late. I'm late. Okie dokie. Bottom. Line that up. Glue off my finger. Make sure that's good. Top. So do you guys understand this? Has it been hopefully not too confusing for y'all? That you think you might do one? I tried to keep it All right, good. Let me see. Y'all still with me? Okay. What do y'all think? So when it's closed, and when it's opened. Is it cute? We may add more stickers and stuff later. I'm just going to leave it for now. That's enough for now. But I think it's super cute, guys. I like it. If I can get my internet to work. I have no idea if you are saying anything. I'll look for comments later. It totally keeps freezing, I know. I have no idea if there's been any new comments. Last thing I see was Lori saying it was freezing. Oh, Lori says, awesome, thanks, yay. I guess somebody's still here. Dorothy, hey, she says neat. Awesome. So what we will do, here's my plan, is either I will, where's my book? Where'd it go? Girl, you lost it again. There it is. Okay. So either I will cut around all of my little tabs and cut this page out, which I probably won't do, honestly. I'll probably just make it fit. And I may cut like this and then just glue it to it after we put the signature in there. Because I can't put it on now, because there's no way I'm sewing a signature with this pop-up on there. That ain't happening. But it's going to go on this page in the middle once the signature's sewed in. So we're just going to set it aside until then. It's cute. I can just set it aside and look at it. So it goes here. Okay. And I will figure out how I'm going to attach it to this. Like I say, I think I might just cut around it and just glue it on there. And that way I can have some of this pretty page showing and some of this. And I'll just do it like that. I think that's what I'll do. So that way I can sew the signature in and then just glue this over the top, I think, of the signature. And that should work logically. It should work. All right, well, that is our live. I'm trying to see if you can see it when I push down like that. I think you can. I'll hold it up. So here's our book. Cool. I like it. It's fun. And everything seems to be going where it's supposed to go. So we should be good. All right. That's it, guys. I better get off of here before hubby gets all mad at me. He doesn't get mad. All right, y'all take care. I will see you guys on Friday, and we'll work some more on this journal. All right, guys, y'all take care. See you later. Bye-bye.